Hey family, this is Food and Life with JT. Here we share simple food, real stories, and life lessons you can actually feel. Let's go into it. So, today I'll be talking about Jamaican Dutchie pot or Dutch pot. If you come to Jamaica or if you're a Jamaican or you live in Jamaica, almost or every household have at least one Dutch pot. No, I realized that there are two different types of Dutch pot. One that the quality is lighter and scour much cleaner than the other. One is heavier. Both of them are made from aluminum, but one is heavier than one. One is more like it's like a kind of brass material. Good for coal fire. If you know coal stove, coal fire, Dutchie pot work well. And a lot of Jamaicans will tell you the food tastes sweeter when it cook in Dutchie pots. Did I say brass? Not brass. Cast iron. Yeah, cast iron. Now the lighter material tend to be a bit smoother. It's cover cleaner. If it, let's say a pot burned or was burned, by you soak it and score it with your steel wood or your scotch brite, it come back shine and pretty both inside and outside. For most part, for the most of them, that's what I observe. But for the thicker ones will have even some little dent on the bottom or something like that. But for some reason, no matter how you scour this one, it tends to have some black into it, whether inside or outside, and the black on it tend to form a decorative pattern. And some of them even go well black, jet black, what we call the pattern bone. But after using for some time and scouring using different methods, because most Jamaicans or Caribbean people would use Scotch Brite, as I said before, and steel wood. But what I've seen from older folks using the cast iron material, the heavy one, they would use even sand with the Scotch Brite to scour it. And even when they scour it with the sand and even ash, it still have some little black. If not on the outside, it's on the inside. So I don't know if anybody will see this video and tell me why the thick, heavy Dutch pot, the real original Dutch pot, them always have to have some black on it, even after scouring. Whether you scour it with Ajax cleanser, you use baking soda, because what I would do after cooking certain meals, I would put it to soak, maybe into a big container with some water that contains baking soda, dishwashing liquid or soap powder, and vinegar, and I would soak it until the next morning. After washing it out, I put it to soak. And then I would scour it with the baking soda or Ajax cleanser, whichever one I have available at the time. And sometimes, like when we cook curry now, curry tend to stay in the pot. We would use the same vinegar water and soak it with the dishwashing liquid. Or Sometimes we just soak it with some bleach and soap powder or the dishwashing liquid, but mostly the soap powder. And to take it a little bit further, if we don't want to soak it for maybe the next day or a few hours, what I would do is to put some salt in that same pot with some water, vinegar, and liquid soap and boil it, and the stain would disappear. But trust me, if that pot burn, you would have to use a Scotch Brite or a steel wood to scour it or scrape it. Depends on the magnitude of the burn you burn that pot. But if you don't want liquor something just stick up and you can just soak it with water and use a spoon and scrape it out, that's fine. But the stain, like the curry stain, that may not leave or stick to it. You soak it with some bleach water for a few hours, or you just boil it with that ingredient that I mentioned, or the vinegar water. But from observation, cooking with the Dutchie pot, especially curry, it always stain. The pot cover stain, and for some reason, I think the pot cover, the curry even harder to come off it. So what I would do, I would soak it in some vinegar, bleach water with along with the dishwashing soap, or just boil it as mentioned, or just wash out the pot and then soak it until the next day. But most time we don't really want to leave no pot for the next day. So we just soak it right there and then, and as the curry lift up, we wash it out. When I say lift up, I mean when the curry stain disappear after washing or after soaking and washing. So the question I want to ask viewers, after doing all of that to a Dutchie pot and the insides still have some little black, the outside still have some little black or patch of black, and you use that pot to cook, is your pot dirty with all the washing, but you just cannot get out that black? Is that a dirty pot? Put it into the comment and let me know. You know you use your Scotch Brite, your steel wood, and your scour. Some parts shine,